to run some errands and head to the barn today. And I wanted to just jump on here and chat with you guys for a bit. I'm doing a lot of thinking about my one horse and all the issues I've had with her this season, and my outlook on those issues in our situation. And I got to thinking about this the other day because I caught myself, like somebody asked me, how things were going this year with the horses, and I caught myself being such a negative Nancy about this one horse. I caught myself saying, basically that we have stunk this year, and that she's been really frustrating, and I'm really frustrated with her and discouraged with her, and we're really struggling, and just totally giving off the vibes that like I'm so fed up with this horse. And like, don't come at me and judging me. Like, I'm being vulnerable here, and I'm being honest, because that is the point, right? Like, the point of these videos is to be very honest, and not to sugarcoat things. Like, the world throws us curveballs and throws us issues, and is not always easy to us. And life is not always easy, and the point is to learn how to be the best version of ourselves, despite some of those hard things that we might go through. So I'm not perfect, and I don't claim to be perfect. I try to have an awareness, but I mess up sometimes. I feel like with this one animal, I've really gotten into a really, really negative headspace with her. It's just been months now of just feeling frustrated and not being able to figure out what the heck is going on. I feel like we're putting in a lot of work, and I feel like it hasn't really paid off as much as I wanted it to by now, and I'm impatient, and I'm discouraged, and I'm annoyed, and I'm not in the happiest headspace. And I have found myself recently like putting that on her. When I talk about her, when I think about her, I'm projecting all of my frustration and my insecurities onto her. That's really not the way I should be behaving. And the other day, I just kind of had an epiphany with myself, and I'm like, all right, this is not cool. Like, this is not the way you need to be thinking about this horse. This is not the way you need to be thinking about, the journey and the experience that you're going through together. Yes, like, we're in a rough patch. Yes, we're struggling a little bit, but you gotta take it. You can't take a turn to negative town. You gotta really stay out of your way with your own attitude. And so I checked myself and reminded myself that, first of all, it's about being grateful, right? It's about being grateful for the progress that you have made, even if it's a little smaller than you wanted it to be. Like, be grateful for that. Be grateful that you're even able to play the game. Grateful that you even have the opportunity to own the animal, that the animal is healthy. Be grateful that you're healthy enough to even be able to play the game. Be grateful for all the good fortunes you have, like my truck, my trailer, a job that pays the bills, all the stuff. And I sat down and I made myself do a gratefulness exercise, which, if you guys are ever in your head about something and you really just feel down or depressed, or you feel like you're starting to spiral in the wrong direction, and you're really having a hard time staying focused and positive and motivated, I highly recommend just sitting down and forcing yourself to do a gratefulness exercise. And when I say gratefulness exercise, for me, what that means is I sit down and I literally say aloud all the things in life that I'm grateful for. and just make yourself go down the list. And it's really crazy to me because the brain is just so wild, and you can have so many great things in your life going on and so many great things to be happy about and appreciative of, but if you have one thing that's not really going the way you want it to, your brain will focus so hard on that thing, and like it can really suck you into feeling depressed or feeling like a lack of motivation. And it's wild to me that that can happen, but that is what the brain does. It tends to focus on the negative things in your life or the problems in your life that it wants to solve. So you could have 20 million things going really well in your life, and your brain is not really going to want to pay any attention to those things because there's no problem there for the brain to work on. There's no problem there for the brain to solve. And that is really what the brain wants to do. It wants to solve problems. So it's going to focus on the negative thing. Even if it's one small negative thing, it's going to focus on that thing and really send you into a tailspin of negativity when you have all these other things to be grateful for in your life. So doing a gratefulness exercise, sitting down, saying aloud, just listing one by one the things in your life that you are grateful for is really powerful. And what's amazing is when you do that exercise, you can feel it. You can feel the shift in your energy. You can feel the shift in your brain. Not at first, but like just sit there and keep doing it, and you will feel your energy shift. And it's a really cool and really powerful thing. So I sat down and I did that the other day, and I was like, yeah, you got to get it together. Like, we got to stop breathing negativity, you know, about this struggle or this thing that we're going through. And you really got to change your attitude. So I've been focusing on trying to do that. I've been focusing on, all right, let's be grateful for where we are. Let's be grateful for the small progress that we have made. Let's focus on the positivity. Let's focus on the journey. Remember, it's not about the destination. It's about just enjoying where we are in the process. It's about enjoying the daily grind, enjoying the process to get to wherever we think we're trying to go. I really shifted my focus back to that headspace, which is a much healthier headspace, obviously. And it's so powerful. Like, we went to a race the other day, and I took this horse that I've been struggling with. I exhibitioned her in this new headspace that I'm talking about, and we did great. So there's really something to it, and I know that sounds like voodoo-y, crazy, hippie dippy, but for whatever reason, the mind is powerful, and what you tell your mind matters. Hold on, let me pull into this parking lot real quick. Like, I know that it might sound like, I know that it sounds like hippy-dippy and kind of crazy and silly, but like there's evidence behind that this stuff works. And you know, for whatever reason why or how it works, the point is that what you speak into the world, what you write down, what you think, what you tell your brain matters. So if I'm going around saying to other people and to myself, like, yeah, I'm like just so frustrated with this animal this year, I'm so frustrated with this horse, she's driving me crazy, like struggling so much, she's such a, you know, if I'm going around spewing that negativity, like, of course that's what I'm going to get back out of the experience. Like, of course it's going to be a negative experience. Like, that's what I'm telling my brain. And if I go to a barrel race with her, and you know, I do even just an exhibition or trying to make a run through, and I'm sitting there beforehand telling myself, like, all right, don't let her you know, shoulder the barrel. Don't let her anticipate the turn. Don't let her, like just negative, negative, negative. Like, of course it's gonna stink. Like, this is how it works. Of course it's gonna be terrible when we go out there and make a run. So I need to shift my focus, as we all do, about things in our life that are not going the way we want them to go, perhaps. Like, be careful with what you tell yourself. Be careful with the words that you use and the words that you say and the words that your brain then hears and thinks about. Like, you've got to believe it in your head before it can happen in reality. It has to be real to you first before it can be real in the real world. So when we went somewhere the last weekend, I made it very much a point to really change like how I was thinking, how I was talking to myself before we went. I really just, again, focused on being grateful, focused on all the things I should be grateful for. I spoke them aloud so my brain could hear them and the universe could hear them. And before we made our run, I didn't think about anything other than positive stuff. Like, I thought to myself, we're gonna go, we're gonna have fun today, we're gonna breeze through, we're gonna have a good clean run, and it's gonna be great. And it's the best that we have worked together in a long time. Again, this is just an example of me and my horse, but I'm telling you this because it applies to every aspect of life. Be careful with what you tell yourself. Be careful with your self-talk. Don't undervalue yourself. Don't undervalue the people around you that you might be in relationships with. Don't underestimate or undervalue your future. Don't tell yourself you can't do this or you can't do that, or you can't afford this or you can't afford that, or you can never be that person, or you can never go on that trip, or you can never accomplish this goal. Like, be careful with the words that you say to yourself. Giving yourself the pep talks, speaking that out into the atmosphere, telling your brain that you're capable, that you're good enough, that you're gonna figure it out, that you're gonna get it together, that you're going to do this stuff. That is a form and a type of manifestation, and you need to believe and you need to tell yourself, so your brain, your subconscious brain, believes that that is your trajectory and that's where you're going in life. And when you do that, better and more powerful things happen. So watch how you talk to yourself, watch how you talk about yourself, watch how you talk about the relationships and the things in your life that you've got going on, because guess what? Like, your brain is listening. So you don't want it to overhear things you don't want it to overhear. And it's going to give you exactly what you're telling it to give you if you're not careful. All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will talk soon. All right, bye. Girlies, come on. Pretty girls. Pretty girls. Obviously, we're at the barn now. Give these little girlies a workout. Girls. Hey, Whisk, I'm talking about you. Talking about you. Sweet girl. Where you go in the jogging machine? Such a sweet girl. Such a sweet girl. Girl. I know, this is your least favorite thing. Least favorite thing. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I'm sure this is one of their least favorite exercises. It's probably the equivalent of a treadmill for us, but it's a part of the conditioning routine, keeps them in shape.